The question now comes, is self-knowledge only for the monks? There's a total misunderstanding of self-knowledge or Atma-jnana. Self-knowledge or Atma-jnana about bliss. Self-knowledge is about happiness. Everybody needs it. Who doesn't want or doesn't need happiness? But somehow, self-knowledge has got associated with the becoming a monk. So we have to understand the word for monk in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, monk is called Sanyasi. The right word is called Sanyasi. Sanyasi means, the word root of Sanyasi word in Sanskrit is called Samyak Nyasa. Samyak Nyasa means the right deposit. The right deposit of what? Our mind keeps wandering in the world. Our attention keeps wandering in the world from object to object. The attention keeps drifting, depositing the attention in true self, in myself, my higher self, my Atma, Brahman, is called Sannyasa. Samyak Nyasa, a right deposit. Why it's called Samyak Nyasa? Because that alone can give bliss. That alone can give happiness. In fact, everybody does it in deep sleep. In deep sleep, he experiences the bliss. Consciously, to be able to experience the bliss of deep sleep is called self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is a state of mental maturity. Or sannyasa, not self-knowledge. Sannyasa is a state of mental maturity. Why it's called state of mental maturity? Because people in different stages of life are happy with different things. A child is very happy with marbles. He doesn't desire cars. An adult, he doesn't care about marbles, but he is happy with the big, luxurious car. As we grow, the object of desire changes, but desire itself doesn't change. The desire is for happiness. Okay, an adult has dropped the desire for marble and developed the desire for car. We call him as more mature person. So the maturity is dropping the lower. So as a person becomes more and more mature in life, he understands what all is not really valuable in giving him happiness. So he has discarded many things. So from marble to car to many other things. Right? Such a person becomes more and mature because he has understood the value of things, limited happiness which they can give. He is seeking unlimited happiness. And such a person is becoming mature. He is not bothered about temporary now. He seeks the permanent. He seeks the eternal. Such a person is called sannyasi. It's the maturity of the person. So in earlier days, the ancient times, they said a person will mature after going through different aspects of life. Suddenly, person will not become mature, right? You have to go through some stages of life. They said brahmachari is there where schooling happens. Grahastha is there where he experiences the married life and earns money. And he has understood the limitation of the marriage, relationships, money, sex, power in giving permanent happiness. Many times they end up in more stress than the happiness. So now he has approached the retirement stage called vanaprastha. Okay. So in the vanaprastha stage, he is able to little bit quietly contemplate his life and realize the happiness doesn't come from any of these. The real happiness comes from the focusing on the self. So he is called Sanyasi, a mature person who has gone through at different stages of life, understood the experienced life, and understood the limitations of experience of life. Now he is seeking happiness in the self alone. It's called Sanyasi. That's why in the earlier days, Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. It doesn't mean, it means only the stages of life. He has matured through life. So that means a person Atma Dana, the person who seeks self-knowledge, is a mature person. That's all it means. A required maturity has to be there. Otherwise, you'll still keep thinking that happiness is there in some object. To come to realize that happiness is in me, in myself, my Atma, it requires a lot of maturity. Such a person is called sannyasa. Nowadays, sannyasa has become a synonymous with this lifestyle, way of dressing. That's fair enough. That's required. Those who want to seek a lifestyle of sannyasa, they can take. But real meaning of sannyasa is given by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Sri Krishna defines sannyasa as a state of mind. He says, one who neither hates nor desires fruits of his activities is a renunciate, sannyasi. See the maturity of the person. Anything we do, something positive comes or negative comes. The fruits of action will come. Right? So if an ordinary person gets depressed if the results are not right, a mature person has gone beyond these results. He understands these are part of life. So Sanyasi Krishna defines the sannyasi as a mature person who has understood limitation. Whatever I do, I can do my best. But results, I cannot control. Sometimes good result, sometimes bad result. Good result or bad result, it doesn't get affected. That's called maturity. Then another example, he says, neither hates or desires of fruits of activities is called sannyasi. Such a person becomes free from the dualities of nature. Nature itself is always has full of likes and dislikes, happiness and unhappiness. So he gradually becomes free from this. His turmoil reduces. Okay. And then another example, another thing Krishna says. So the earlier days, there was a concept that a sannyasi means he takes a lifestyle where it doesn't perform the daily duties, the prescribed duties. They use a householder is supposed to do a 5-hour shift called Agnihotra every day. So yeah, sannyasi is if somebody has taken sannyasa lifestyle, he will not perform the Agnihotra. Then a householder has to do earn for his livelihood. A sannyasi becomes inactive. It doesn't earn. Shri Krishna says, this is not sannyasa. Not performing Agnihotra or not doing your duties is not sannyasa. One who does his prescribed duties without attachment to the fruits of action is called sannyasa. See the definition of Sri Krishna's sannyasa. Sri Krishna gives importance to the mental maturity of the person for sannyasa, whereas to the world, the physical appearance as sannyasa. So there's a disconnect, right? That's why for Atmadana, sannyasa is required. But this sannyasa is referring to the mental maturity. So sannyasa also has become renouncing what belongs to me. Maybe family, maybe job, maybe possessions. Renouncing is associated with sannyasa. This is perfectly all right. Renouncing is sannyasa. But renouncing what is the question? So, Kaivalya Upanishad says, na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena, tyagena amrututva manushu. So, by action or by children or by money, you cannot get happiness. But tyaga alone can give you happiness. Tyaga means renunciation. Now we have to understand what is this renunciation all about. Okay, every word can be understood with a deeper meaning. Renunciation of what? Renunciation of mind? Is it renunciation? Mind is a notion. Renunciation of me? Me is body-mind complex. The mind is the family, job, and society. In reality, nothing belongs to me. This is what I have to renounce is my concept of ego. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect has to be renounced. The I has to, we have to find the source of I in the self. Source of I is self. Sri Ramana Maharshi says, ask who are you? Where does the I come from? The I come from Atma, the self. So go back to the self. Renouncing the thought called I by finding its source, which is self, is called sannyasa in the direct inquiry path. Whereas a sannyasa way of life is renouncing mind. So is there a difference between renouncing mind and renouncing I? Renouncing I is sannyasa, whereas mind is sannyasa way of life. So then there also we have to understand there are two types of renunciates. The renunciation of a knower, the sannyasa of a dnani, and renunciation of seeker, they are different. Yagnavalkya Rishi, he was a householder. He was self-realized. He was a dnani, performing his household duties. He was a atmadnani or self-realized person. After completing all his duties in the family and the society, he seeks a path of way of life of sannyasa, which means living, dropping all social responsibilities. That is called sannyasa of the knower, which means you can become a knower as a grasta. So then there is a sannyasa of the seeker. Somebody wants to take a sannyasa way of life, full-time dedication to self-realization by dropping the belongings. It's called renunciation. So that's called sannyasa way of life. Once he renounces the I thought, by finding the source of I thought, he has become sannyasi. Till that time, he has taken the sannyasa way of life. So we have to understand the essential meaning of words before because we start taking the superficial meaning as the reality.